Joy, I'm sorry, I cut you off right before we went to break.
Well, I was going to say that one of the reasons that it's a lot of people believe that John Brennan is the guy that Barack Obama wants is because there is this sense that a lot of what's being done here in terms of the targeted killings with drones, et cetera, is partly about force protection, right? It's about not wanting to put boots on the ground in order to wage the so-called war on terror. And the idea that these operations shouldn't even exist in the CIA, they should be done in the Pentagon. And one of the things that the president would need in order to move some of these operations into the Pentagon is a willing CIA director who wouldn't fight it. So the thinking being that if John Brennan was willing to allow a lot of these operations to move into the defense sphere out of the sort of secretive world of the CIA, that would be a good outcome.
But I think we have to ask not just should it be done in the CIA or the Pentagon, should it be done at all? And I think of 4 years ago when Brennan was first going to be nominated, but was forced to withdraw any consideration. I think of Medea Benjamin standing up. She was the protester at Code Pink, who stood up while he was speaking and saying, I speak here to remember Tariq Aziz, a 16-year-old in Pakistan who was killed in a drone attack when he was simply investigating what was happening. He had just held a news conference the day before to say, what's happening in my country? She said, I speak here for 16-year-old Abdurrahman Alaki, who is the son of the cleric in Yemen. 16 years old, born in Denver. How was it that 2 weeks after his father was killed, he was then killed in a drone strike? This goes to John Brennan, who is intimately involved with this, and it goes, of course, ultimately to President Obama. This whole program of drones, of targeted killings, must be questioned. What Medea Benjamin said when she stood up was, I speak for the Constitution. I speak for my love of law and order. These are the kind of debates we should be having.
Well, there's no question from all the reporting that John Brennan is intimately involved with the targeted killing program. I mean, that's every insider account in which
he chooses the targets.
He chooses the targets. And in fact, there's this sort of like recurring trope about him as this priest-like presence, Jesuitical. This is the Washington Post profile of Brennan. Some White House aides describe him as a nearly priest-like presence in their midst with a moral depth leavened by a dry Irish wit. One CIA colleague, former General Counsel John Rizzo, who Chris, you just mentioned, recalled his rectitude surfacing in unexpected ways. Brennan once questioned Rizzo's use of the BCC function in the agency's email system to send a blind copy of a message to a third party without the primary recipient's knowledge. He wasn't joking, Rizzo said. He regarded that as underhanded. And I think, one of the ways in which I think the defense of the targeted killing program has been carried out by the Obama administration is to say, look, we understand we're playing with some dangerous stuff here, but we have people of tremendous moral rectitude overseeing the program, and we have an incredibly intense internal process, and it's very sophisticated and it's very rigorous, and there's a legal memo from the OLC saying that we have the constitutional authority to do this. Of course, we don't know anything about what that legal memo looks like, how the list actually gets drawn up. And so the maddening thing about all of this is, yes, we should have the debate about the targeted killings. We should have the debate about John Brennan's role.
Obama's kill list.
Yes, we should have a debate about all that. And yet all of it has been at every turn blocked by the administration and by courts from getting out into the public sphere. And so what we are having is a debate without the information. Eli, I want you to respond to that right after we take a break.